Thanks for clicking that button. Thanks for clicking that link and checking this video out. We got another one going on today. It's a scorcher today, right? El Paso's hitting 101 today. It's Saturday. No, it's Friday. Man, days all messed up. 101 today on Friday, 103 on Saturday, and up to 105 on Sunday. But today we're going to be knocking out the goal, knock out the front bearings, roll bearings on the Tiguan, and to knock out a set of rear lower control arm bushings. It's been on air for a while. They've been replaced before, but due to airing out up and down, eventually that rubber is going to give a little bit. So we're redoing the rears because they're indexed on there a certain way. They show a little bit of wear and tear. But I'm going to knock those out. I've already done 2 steps really. Put it up on the quick jack and broke free the axle nut, which our axle bolt, lug nut, whatever you want to call it. The good old Ingersoll wouldn't break it free in the air, so I did the correct way. Popped out the center caps, put the wheels up back on, dropped it back down, and used a good old breaker bar, because when you put them back in, they're also supposed to be torqued. So hopefully I can get through this today. This is going to be about probably 20 minutes worth of work, and then go inside and cool off and drinking like a tons of water. Already loaded up with some Pedialyte last night, some this morning, and a couple bottles this morning too. But let me show you what parts we got. Rock Auto for the win. First off, I bought wheel bearings, control arm, rear control arm bushings, motor mounts, and spark plugs, cam sensor. I can't remember what else. I'll look in the box. And then off of good old Amazon, I ordered the PCB for like $35 versus 250 OE replacement part. 35 bucks, it goes bad again. Here we go, $35. I can buy a whole handful of them for the same price I'd buy one. But let me show you the parts I got I'm about to put in today. Here we go. These are, what I'm tracking is OEM replacement parts, brand. And these are the rears. These same thing for Mk5, Mk6, Tiguan, CC, and Passat. Same, right? These, man, I don't even know. I think they, for the price, I can't tell you what it was. I bought them a while back and have not gotten around to doing them. These are the wheel bearings. I bought the bearing and the hub all together. Right? I don't want to press anything in, and it's just easier to do the whole thing at one time. This brand, that is the part number and the brand I got off of, what do you call it? Sorry, brain fart. Rock Auto, but it comes with, I've got them pulled out already, comes with the hardware too. The four bolts to hold it in, and the new axle, the axle nut, bolt, rod, lug nut, however you want to call it, right? And these, I'll show you here, man, fumbling all around. It goes in like that, right? It goes in straight. The bolts come in from the back of the hub, come in from the back of the knuckle. You take out the 4 bolts, take that out. I'm going to take off the lower ball joint. Like I was saying, I'm going to take off the lower ball joint so that I can swing that hub out some. I'm not going to mess with the strut, but I'm going to take off the lower ball joint, probably the control arm, not the control arm, the tie rod if I need to, and then it's just going to be suspended by the strut. But I'll probably leave the tie rod on just so that I have a little bit more control. Tie rods have been replaced recently too when I did the steering rack. So like I said, I broke one side free. Actually, they're both free from the axle nut, axle lug nut, bolt, whatever. And I'm gonna knock out, taking the wheels back off, and then start knocking it out. Once I get the wheel off, I'll show you what else I'm gonna address and take off, okay? This is what I've already loosened up. See, that's loosened up. And going to take off these 3 so I can drop this down. And I think with that, I gotta take off the caliper. Brain fart again. Take off the brake. So I'm gonna take, I think these are 18s or 19s. Take this bottom one off, the top one off, swing it up and hold it out of the way. Take the rotor off. I think it's a T30 or T32 or T25. to remove that, right? Then I can pull the brake rotor off, and then down to these, and be able to get it free enough to where I can get to, right? You can kind of see the light's a little messed up. There's 4. 1, right, 2, 3, 4. You pull those out of the back, and then you can knock it off that way. Here is the control arm bushings, right? I've never done these on this car before, so I want to say it's going to be as simple as 3 bolts. Let it drop down some, slide the one on, push it back up. Another thing I'm going to do to make it a little easier, take a little screwdriver, put it in here, and pull this way, right? So it's going to alleviate the pressure from, it's going to put the hydraulic fluid, the brake fluid back up in, push back that cylinder, the piston a little bit more, so then this will come off a lot easier. All right, and then boop, now that I got a spring, I cut my little coat hanger. They make little brackets, but suspend it from the actual spring versus letting it hang. You never want to let it hang on the hose, because then it can break and tear the hose up, and it can do it internally and you don't even know, and it works like a little check valve. I was on a roll, right? Caliper's off, it's hung up. I'll show you how I set it up in just a second. The new bolts are triple square, triple square 12s, 12 mil, whatever. Same thing that I was going to use on the Audi, right? These ones, the one that I've done before, right? This one I've replaced already once, but this one, let's see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Oh, there you go. There's a Torx, like a T55 or something. I don't have a T55. So once again, up to the shop. Hopefully O'Reilly's, AutoZone, one of them has one, or I'm at a stalemate again. So hopefully I'll make a run up there, see what's going on, grab one or a set, because I think it's a 55, and be able to knock this out. Because with these little Torx, the triple square, this one, I was going to be able to get it in there without actually taking the lower control arm off, right? I was going to be able to, I've got enough room to where I can push the axle back some and use wrenches to pull it off with, but not so lucky. All right, we're sitting in here, AutoZone. All right, come down here. Usually they don't really have the tool I need, but today it's a win. I think it's gonna be a T55, but I'm gonna get the 60 and 70 just in case, because I'm gonna use them sometime anyways. So pick these up. This is like, I don't know, just shy of 30 bucks. So let me look around here. I always wander around, check and see what else I don't need that I might end up buying. And then I'll soak up this AC a little bit too, and then get back at y'all. Think about these bad boys, man. I might end up scooping up a set of these, 60 bucks for the other ride that we just got. Put them in the fog lights, see how they work. I've had some LEDs in the Tig. They worked all right, but then they kind of died out on me, kept throwing in air. But the other car is not bagged, so it's domestic. So these might work out all right. Give us a little bit more light going on. A plethora of LEDs. Here we go. The bearing is out. All right, this bolts right in. Let me take these. I got it set up right here. This is the old one. I'll show you. All right, if it wasn't a T55, there's a T60, which I'm glad I grabbed all 3 of them, because it's like 24 bucks for the 3. Grabbed a sandwich, ate some gummies, try to get some sugar back in me as well, some water. But these just goes in right like that, right? Now, of course, they line up. I'm doing it with one hand and holding the camera, so it lines up like that, goes right in. All right, this goes in the front, goes into the axle, holds that in. Now these are, like I said, T60s. The ones that are going in are triple squares. Now this is a name brand piece, right? FAG is a good name brand piece. But I think what caused it to go bad, it's got a little bit of wiggle in it when you got it up here and you grab the wheel, 12 and 6, it's got some wiggle. But I think what caused it to go bad was when that shop messed up the axles doing the rear main seal, right? I think, I don't know. But either way, new ones are going in. There you go. You seen the other video with that bad boy installation. I've got some sway bar links on order, but we're gonna go ahead and button this up, get this one 10 minutes later. It's all back together, right? So we've got, you know, you've got a Torx, you got a hex, hex for the caliper, the carrier bracket, and then Torx or triple squares for the bolts that hold the bearing in. And this is a 24 mil 12 point, which good old Amazon. Now I still got to tighten this one up. I hit it with the impact, drill it in, but I got to drop it back down and torque it down. I did put thread lock on the other bolts. The other bolts that hold the bearing in didn't come with it. It looked like the FAG brand is a better brand, better setup. We'll see how long these get me. It's made in Taiwan, I don't know, but I did put thread lock on it, Loctite, tighten them down, torque them down, a couple Ooga Googas, and a breaker bar. Actually, I just used a breaker bar. So again, we'll see. I'll go knock out the other one, and then we'll do out these control arm bushings. Pretty much, other than my impact, this is everything I used. You can do it without an impact. Get yourself a good breaker bar. This is a lovely Pittsburgh brand, right? Harbor Freight. Still works just as well as the Snap-on one that I had stolen from me when I moved one time. But I got a 21 mil, 16 mil, 12 mil 12 point, a T60 for the bolts I took out for the bearing, the 12 mil 12 point for the new ones I put in, and a T27 to break that little screw loose on the rotor. Also, when it's 100 degrees out, don't leave the rotor out in the sun. It's a little hot putting it back on. Here we go. Old one off, new one about to slide in. You've got 18 mil and 2 16s, right? You got enough room for it to drop down. I did spray a little PB blaster to get it off, and just kind of wiggled it and moved it and worked its way off. So putting the new one on, I'm gonna try not to put really that much PB on it, just enough to get a little bit of slick, but I don't want it twisting inside of it. There we go, right back in. A little bit of a struggle, yeah. I think some white lithium grease might be better than PB Blaster, and I'm sure y'all might say some comments about that. But I'm gonna use what I got. Oh, the PB Blaster's gonna break down the rubber. Oh yeah. Chances are though, that bushing's gonna wear out faster and tear than that rubber breaking down. So again, 16 mil, and I think this is what, 18, 17. 18, wherever I put it. I already took it away. So that wraps up this one, right? Because driver's side is the same way. Matter of fact, who knows, I might come into more struggles with it, but it's the same thing on both sides, right? Same bolts, same Torx, same ratchets. Whatever you're going to use on both sides. You just gotta carry it from one side to the other, right? So we just knocked out the wheel bearing and the lower control arm bushing. Once I get the other side done, I'll go ahead and drop it back down. I should be able to test drive it now. Drop it back down, tighten up the actual axle bolts on both sides. I got the center caps out of the wheels still. So tighten them up with the breaker bar and the torque wrench. Take it for a test drive, see how it goes. Then I can get tires on it. Get the tires on the wheels, get it to alignment shop, get it aligned. And then that's a pretty good point right there. I still got motor mounts to do, which will come up on another video. Might do them here, I might take it to the skill center on post Quick jack's easy, it's nice. You know, I'm not working completely on jack stands, but at the same time, I'm still on the ground, right? It's still like working off jack stands. I got some more room to move with, but you know, my knees don't feel the greatest, my back don't feel the greatest, so if I can stand and do some of this stuff, it's gonna make it a little easier. Sorry, I was looking at the quick jack, see how things are lined up. But yeah, anything I can do on an actual lift definitely makes life easier. I'm sure y'all know that if you've done it. But like you're seeing, other than impact that you may or may not have, you can do this with hand tools. Breaker bars, half-inch drive ratchet, pry bars if you need, ratchets and whatnot. Just a handful of tools. So hopefully you liked the video. Thanks for checking it out. You know, like, subscribe, hit that share button, share it out to a couple friends that are interested in figuring out how to do their wheel bearings. From what I'm tracking, this is the same style. What happens with, so the Audi I'm about to do too, the rears, same setup. Only all I've got to do for the rears, I'm going to use those M12s. I'm going to use a 19 mil like Allen socket, you know, that I've been waiting on Amazon. It's supposed to be like here 3 days ago. It's going to end up coming Monday, so that's put me back on that. But either way, you got the 4 bolts to hold in the the bearing and the hub, right? Because I bought it all as one piece. You got the 4 bolts, attack that in from the backside, and the axle nut. That's really what takes it off. So on the Audi, I'm going to do the same thing. Take the caliper off, take the rotor off, and take the 5 different bolts. The Mk5, the Mk6, the Tig, the Passat, and the Jetta. I know the fronts are all the same. They all work the same way. I don't know how the rears are. I haven't messed with the rear yet. But at least on the fronts, if you need to do bearings, same thing. Just buy it all as one piece, slap it in and out. You don't need to worry about pressing in the actual hub into the bearing and messing up the bearing and taking time like that. Just buy the whole set. But again, talk shit if you want. Make a comment, make some questions, you know, say if it helped you out, but subscribe and share. I've got like, I don't know, I think 152 subscribers. I'm really pumping them out right now. I know it's not the most fun and interesting videos I've been posting up here, but hopefully they're informative, right? That's the main thing, is so that y'all can be able to figure out how to do something without taking it to the shop and spending thousands of dollars like I'm about to do with the sunroof, because sometimes paying somebody is worth the headaches that I'm going to do, and I don't know how to do that sunroof. That thing's about to get done. I've been talking about motor mounts on the Audi, been talking about doing the motor mounts on that, but I found another local shop. It's like 3 hours. I might just drop it off one day, get it done. That's one less headache I got to worry about, and it frees up time for me, my wife, and my daughter. And some things. I also have some storage racks I got to build in the shed. And if you notice all the crap I got in my garage still, I still got to get rid of and reorganize all this crap, get it into storage units, get my storage unit cleared out that has all my tools in it, and get it up here. I've only got like another year here, so a lot to do. Thanks for checking it out. Sorry for all my rambling. Like, subscribe, share. Peace out!